Hey, traders. Happy Wednesday. Good to see y'all. Starting the stream like we always do with your favorite coin called Bitcoin that's done actually more than you'd think in a 24-hour period. Volatility spiking with Jerome Powell speaking, where the last 4-hour candle, the Bitcoin had a $1,900 swing from your lowest low to the highest high. That highest high is the top of what I think could be an inflection point, at least for now. It's being regarded as one. It is 40,667, which is the highest daily candle close at the time. It was a kind of a buying climax back in January 8th, I believe, right here. That's what's being regarded as resistance, where traders set it up their highest point at one-time all-time highs, January 8th. At the same time, you've got 40,049, which is the wick high from January 14th. So about 6 days later, and that's kind of like where the zone of inflection was kind of created, where it's certainly been regarded a multitude of times, May 26th, June 15th, and now, July 26th and today. All right. Something else pretty interesting that did post to patrons much earlier today was Bitcoin 1 hour 49 minutes until your daily candle closes, and it would be the first time. Let's go! Let's go. Yeah, dude, sure.
Michael Parker tipped $100. Just here to bring some hype to BTC.
Thank you, Michael. I'll let the sound clip interrupt you. Thank you, man. Wow. $100 contribution, 2 minutes, 30 seconds into my analysis. Thanks, dude. Or into the stream, anyway. Yeah, it's analysis. Thanks, man. So I think you would preferably like to know, Michael, that Bitcoin, if it can close green, right, a higher candle close than the day before, which is working on, it'll be the first time since June of 2019. The last time Bitcoin saw 8 green closes in a row was between the date of June 19th and June 26th. All right, June 26th, where we saw that incredible buying climax where Bitcoin almost saw $14,000 off that Gartley that started what we call the legendary Gartley. It started there, it ended June 26, 2019, and we never saw this price again for a while. From there, Bitcoin's highest high to its next lowest low, it went from 13,868 all the way to 3,850, the COVID crash low before the eventual recovery, and much, much higher prices now. So that's pretty cool, something to think about. And I don't have any idea about 9 days in a row. We probably going way back, but this is it would have been years since we've seen this. So what, 3 years or 2 years, whatever. Nothing certain. It's not happened yet. Again, there's still almost 2 hours to go, so anything is possible, especially with this volatility picking up recently. So that's Bitcoin working on 8 green days in a row at a major inflection point. One thing that is real, okay, that needs to be noted, because you come here I try to treat these charts like weather. It's like it's whatever the way the weather begins to go, right?
China to me, China.
Are you ready, Mitch? Are you ready for another live pump stream? Just say the words. Ethereum will lead the race. And they don't remind Tony about me. 0.022564000 LTC.
Friggin' horse! Thank you, Pypl, live at 319 of crypto. Am I ready for a live pump stream? Of course, I'm always ready for that. Every single day that I was live where we weren't doing that, I was ready those days too. So, don't think you as a horse have any power to move these markets. But again, one thing that's happening locally, all right, that can't be omitted. It has to be discussed. Even if it doesn't play out, it happens, Larry. From one high to a sell-off to a second high at an inflection point, right? After a miraculous run where Bitcoin appreciated in value pretty much 35 to 40% in a 1 week period, all right? At that inflection point, the top of the range, there is forms of, it's true. It's class A bearish divergence right there. Impending price action reversals being implied, at least on the 4-hour MACD and RSI. That's it. So if the TA is respected, you maybe pull back, right? You pull back. If this is actually going to play out, you pull back. But if not, hey, money printer go burr. Inflation's high. It's higher than the Fed wants. They're not going to do, there's no term or even talks or thoughts about tapering right now. They're going to continue buying up bonds when they need to. It's just literally nothing changed, except inflation's still pretty bad. But Jerome Powell today kind of came out to try to say, transitory inflation is just, it means that it's not irrevocable inflation. We're like, yeah, man, inflation's just going to keep getting gradually worse. Like they said that. It's going to keep getting worse. But eventually, it's going to stop going up. So, I mean, what does that mean? That means that inflation could continue for the foreseeable future. Next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Yeah, sure. Inflation keeps going, man. Yeah. So, I don't know how that's really bad for Bitcoin being, some sort of deflationary asset, right? Anytime someone dies with their keys locked, I mean, the supply's gone, right, forever. So it's like, and you gotta wonder, right? Looking at Bitcoin, you look at the US dollar, remember the rising wedge. The rising wedge, it's not about the breakout, it's about the follow through. What was the follow through on the US dollar? It rallied to back test the old demand line as a supply line, and it's dumped from there since the meeting, bearish engulfing candle, and now testing the 200 moving average for the first time on the 4-hour since June 11th. So thinking there could definitely be more downside. $91.92 to $91.50 is that major zone of inflection. Remember, TA is being respected for now on the DXY. Very nice. Go 4X, right? Where, remember, the argument could be presented from a previous discernible high to low. An asset rallies 88+% of the way. Deep value perceived areas for shorts. Value. There's an 88% sale on shorts on the US dollar. A rising wedge pattern. Very beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches inside this rising wedge. Okay, so a bearish pattern at very, very deep value perceived areas. And then, of course, bearish divergence on oscillators. That was an argument for potential downside. The downside is occurring right now, being maybe catalyzed with that Free and Open Market Committee meeting today. All right? We're at the 200 going straight down to 91.92, right? Just back the zone, the major zone of inflection, all the way back from, 2017, 2016. Okay, and it actually goes back further, but that's it, man. So, good news. I think it's always good news because we know how pathetic the US dollar is as a currency. It's terrible, and it's our wealth is being stolen from us from money printers and pretty much the government putting the gun to the head of the Federal Reserve, because people say, oh, it's the Federal Reserve's not really the government. Okay, dude, sure, it's a separate entity, by the way, but we'll just keep printing trillions, billions of dollars that devalues the time you put in at your work, at your job. It becomes more worthless. So you gotta be prepared for this to continue to dump based on not the technicals, the fundamentals. It's like common sense. It's like you can't do what we're doing right now. There's no precedence for what we've done, what we're doing right now. All central banks around the world. This is never to this level. Okay, so US dollar, Bitcoin, covered it. Ethereum, just hanging out, man. Hanging out after it slid. You could say a little local hidden bullish divergence made from this low to this low. Penny price action continuation's occurring. It's just kind of following Bitcoin a little bit and just inching up against its own resistance points. And you think eventually 2,500 Bitcoin allows it. But, I think the story kind of is Bitcoin dominance. That had that technical breakout yesterday. It's just sitting sideways for the past greater part of half a day. It's still, right now, at its highest point since the beginning of May 3rd. But where we think based on any sort of support resistance, right, if you look left, you think eventually 50% market cap dominance. And that's really what's been, it's not showing up on the 4-hour, only shows up on the daily. That's where we really think it would have gone, breaking back above 44%. It's almost there. It's like pretty much there. So you just can't be surprised when an asset loses 88% of its value. That's reversal areas. And this is just implying, I mean, I think Bitcoin's been outperforming a lot of these altcoins for sure. Okay. Can I hear the music? It's too loud, too quiet, everything. So that's Bitcoin dominance. You know, someone told me to. I mean, I guess dude, there's just where do I start? You know, do I keep it on crypto? Do I talk about the earnings that happened because earnings season's still in full effect, and Facebook and PayPal reported today.
I got nothing, thanks for streaming. My buddy says XRP is going to 5,000 US dollars. Could you check the chart? I have drawn a big harmonic on the daily played out.
Fake news on the $5,000, real Donald's. But we thought that it was definitely at a level where a major reversal could occur, a new wave could occur. Inflection point, 78% retrace, confluent with a 1414 fib extension, the bullish Gartley, something you just don't want to ignore. I mean, it's just, I couldn't ignore it, and anytime it's ever been brought up on the stream or talked about, it's what about the frickin' Gartley? What about the bullish divergence on the second low on the RSI? What about the engulfing candle? And now look at you. You're trying to break above that candle high close from November 24th. Good God, man. Hold on. Unavoidable, man. Sirens and stuff when you live in the heart of the city, it's just gonna happen. So try to spare you the best I can. So yeah, man, this is it. I mean, this is like reversal areas. It's not like this is, oh, I just plotted this today. God, how long of it has this been plotted? At least since like June 23rd, at least over a month now. This has been identified, so it just reacted and now it's reversing, or it's attempting to. Still below that 200-day moving average, hasn't even tested it, 76 cents. But yeah, I think you break that, man, you got tremendous upside on XRP. 109, just a minor high, but the major high is like 150 and beyond. So that's, yes, there you go, Donald, man. No news. This is inverse news. This is like, go figure, TA is just trying to be respected right here, at least for now. Okay. So what was it? Oh yeah, man, just earnings, dude. If you just want to see it, Facebook reported they dumped. You know, they closed at $373.28, and currently after hours, $360.50. PayPal was at $301.98 and got wrecked. It got down to $275. It was down like almost 10%. It's up to $284.75. And then Ford Motors killed it. They were expected to not make money, and I think they actually made some money this quarter, and obviously very good. But we knew, like, hey, you look at a decade-large Gartley spring back test of spring. Yeah, this is what happens, Larry. Ford Motors been bullish as if since the COVID crash, man. And the harmonic, the narrative was electric vehicles. Beautiful. So let's look at total real quick. I like totals that is just flirting with that 200 moving average. Good news, you're above the midpoint, right? You've truly back tested the midpoint of the range, it looks like, you know, from June 29th to July 4th as a support. Pretty cool. But again, that pesky 200-day moving average is also, you know, you're sandwiched between the support and what would seem to be the resistance for now. And I think eventually, if this all holds, 1.71 to 1.78 trillion dollars, right? Yep.
Dollar BB.
What's up, Nick? Thanks for the 20 BB. All right, we'll look at it. Yeah. Is that BlackBerry? Or is that BBY? I can't. Yeah. All right. Yes. We're waiting for the higher low. Give me a higher low, man. Don't give me your lowest low and then a rally that you did make a higher high. So okay, good start. So I mean, it'd be great to just run it to 1.78, then sell off, you know, make a higher low, fail to test this because there's too much strength in the market, there's too many buyers, too much demand, and then rally again to test it. And that's when you start talking about partial decline stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, so looking pretty good there, man. So I mean, yeah, dude, this is really just like, I mean, go across this crypto market. It's all about the same as it was the past couple days. I mean, like, you know, just looked at Ethereum and Bitcoin total. Someone's like, you need to look at Ethereum and Bitcoin. I mean, I do look at it like, you know, it's not like I don't have it charted, but it's just like, you know, I just forget, Ethereum and Bitcoin right here, you know, unfortunately, massive amounts of distribution going on, if you can even believe it. Yes, Ethereum's dominance to Bitcoin is receding, okay? You're at that inflection point, the major one, after showing lots of lower highs. So I just don't think you want to fall below this level, otherwise it could be a long ride down, all right? So that's where you are. Ethereum to Bitcoin does not look good right now. It doesn't, man. That's like huge descending triangle behavior. Look at that, that's ugly. And then, like, you know, these two peaks right here have failed to even run up to test the supply line. Again, that's how little demand there is for the asset right now. So to me, it's not really good looking. It's at a good level, but my God, it's been at a good level multiple times and it's blasted off. It's blasted off. But every time it blasts off, it makes a lower high than previous discernible high. So that's distribution. Less market participants own the asset than they did before, all right? So yes, critical level. This is exactly where someone could place a long or something, right? Of course, but not the context is just gross, you know? Normally you don't want to just keep on hugging support like this after showing lower highs. So below the 200 moving average, no edge, really. It could bounce here, dude. It could certainly bounce here. Spring back to the spring, sure. But context also sucks. So stay above it, you're fine. You fall below this level, there could be a long way down to 4.1 million sats. That's it, dude. That's Ethereum to Bitcoin. And it makes sense as we just look at the Bitcoin dominance chart that is broken out and is running to 50%, right? Okay. What's up, Snipes, dude? Thank you, man.
Noise!
Could you please check bpro/BTC? Thanks, 0.0087078488.
We'll do it, man. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $20.10 of Ethereum, man. Thank you, dude. bpro.
Time for some threes, I appreciate you.
Thanks for the threes. Equally appreciated. I appreciate your support, man. Thank you, dude. All right, so that's your Ethereum to Bitcoin. Distribution, buy wall, critical level. But you keep testing that buy wall, and every time you make a lower high, and that's just not good price action. Okay, there you go. For whoever asked about it, talked about it, whatever yesterday. So, take a look at the S&P 500 that is flat as F from yesterday to today, down 0.02%. Didn't go anywhere, right? Where you had more losers today than gainers, you know, and it was really mixed. So S&P still near all-time highs, whatever. Dow Jones still unable to break out. It's been trying. It made all-time highs on the 26th. I did move, Mindshift. Thanks for the threes, dude. I did move, yes. So you can't break that resistance from all-time highs. And I mean, you bearishly engulfed on the 4-hour candle, the first 4-hour candle of the day, engulfing, and then back test, another back test to confirm the resistance as resistance again. So it's definitely where a reversal to the downside could occur. I mean, if That's what happens at resistances. That's what the price action it does. So it's not really looking that great, even though it's at a major breakout. It's like if the bids come in, this is exactly where it breaks out, but this is exactly where it can reverse. As you've seen before, it's where it's reversed to the downside at the bottom of the range. So it's all about the individual assets that drive the Dow Jones. Okay. Okay, Dow Jones, IXIC, the NASDAQ Composite, rallied today, up 0.7%. Very close to all-time highs again. That big sell-off is all but
Hype for the
recovered.
threes. Keep up the good work.
What's up, P09? Thanks for the threes, dude. All the threes in the chat. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I mean, technically, bullish Harami, above the 1272 fib extension. All right, I'm down with that. Let's keep it going. Negative momentum's almost back to positive again. Wow, so strong. Such a strong index, dude, really. And then we can look at the QQQ as well, the NASDAQ 100. Equal, just bullish Harami stuff. It's not really at a reversal point. I'm just saying it's exactly a Harami, and near all-time highs. Great. And then the Russell 2000. Engulfed today. Bullish engulfing candle today after back testing the demand line, right? It's sprung. It's trying to back test the spring, and now it's engulfing. That's almost what break hook. That's break hook and go stuff off a demand line. And your first level of positive momentum again, right? After the big negative Momo Island, you got a new positive wick. Interesting. Let's see what happens. That's all good stuff, right? On the small caps index fund, break, hook, and go with the engulfing candle, and the negative momentum's gone. It's gone positive. Let's see if that can rally the asset all the way back up to 2,300 at the top of the range. Interesting. Cool. Golds. We're looking at gold. It's hanging in there, man. It's holding the support, right? It's like, dang, man. 4-hour looks like it's rounding out, but we just don't know because it hasn't broken down yet. It's holding and now breaking above the 200 moving average, or attempting to again today. Had a good day. Why? I could wonder. It's a news-driven catalyst, or it was just an event-driven catalyst. It was Jerome Powell, and so I guess market participants bought some gold based on what he said, at least a little bit, at least enough to prevent it from breaking down. Okay, so no technical breakdown on all this rounding action. It's still bullish until it falls apart, right? It's still okay. It's still above the supply line from the correction beginning, and it's still above the ice line from history. It's above all technical resistances it needs to be above, even though locally it didn't look very good. It's fine until it's broken, all right? So that's it. That's your gold. It actually looks okay today. I wish I could say the same for silver, that it's already started to do nasty things. I mean, it's back above 2484, so bullish divergence on the 4-hour playing out. So stay above 2484 and you'll be probably okay, because that's where we've seen some really nice reversals to the upside. All right, so it's not about the breakdown itself, it's about the fall through price action you received. You received a rejection below 2484, which is just another ice line from history. Okay, that's something you need to desperately be above, okay, because there's very little support resistance below you for a while. So good news on silver, recovering some. Okay, bullish divergence is still very real on the daily and 4-hour, like that. It's just extending on the daily. Okay, silver not dead yet, but just a terrible performing asset, man, for the past year. Yep. Super suppressed. No. Okay. I guess we can, I don't know. I mean, dude, there are things across this market that look good. Look at Boeing, top gainer on the S&P 500 today. Look at this, man. It was a bullish Gartley pattern. Someone had mentioned it. They had tipped on it the other day or something, right? Like, hey, is that a... They were like, I'm trying to learn how to identify.
Thanks, Mitzard.
280 traffic. Wow, man. Thanks for the 23. Just do it, Nike. Very rare. contribution. Thanks, dudes. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being in that right now. On the way back to the suburbs. No thanks, dude. Thank you, though. So it gapped up today, up 4.18%. But it didn't really do anything during the day except it was unable to break or close above $234, which is really important. It's that high back from June 8th. You could not break it, so you'll probably fill that gap. And I mean, it's so close. It can fill the gap, but above the 200-day moving average, that's a really textbook Garley. It's a little deep on B, but still probably close enough. But showing positive momentum for the first time today on Boeing since June 11th. That's a big deal. And let's see if it can continue its uptrend. It's been in since the COVID crash. Again, top gainer on the S&P 500, right? Whoa. What was the second top gainer? I don't know, man. Something about all these vaccines, man. Healthcare, Pfizer, up 3.21%, and it did not close at all-time highs, but its second highest candle close of all time, only second to December 3rd, 2018. Wow, very close. Look at all that accumulation. Very nice accumulation. I don't know, I think a decent amount of pharmaceutical companies showing that same amount of accumulation. So this is on the cusp of a very, very massive breakout, as you can clearly see. You know, any higher, you got 1272 fib extension all the way up at 4881. We'll see what happens, man. Have your alert set up if you want to see a breakout on Pfizer. Johnson & Johnson's very close to a breakout too, and looks to me technically more set up, right? It's so easy to identify the classic accumulation going on, and the all-time high. I mean, it really is just like back to January, beginning of the year. But to me, this is like, it's right there, man. Once that breaks, see ya, right? He's potential 3 rising valleys. Almost confirmed today because it was breaking the confirmation line, and like 100% measured move on a Johnson & Johnson eventually would be like $194. You know, so this thing's looking great. What's up, Not In?
Not In it in PR tipped $25. Hex used thanks Mitch.
Thanks, Not In It in Puerto Rico. Thanks for 25, dude. Hex, we'll look at Hex, added to the list. Much love, man. Appreciate it, Dad. All right, so Johnson & Johnson, you know, looking pretty freaking good, man. And then we got to look at, you know, Google that killed it on earnings yesterday after close. It was one of the top gainers today, as you can clearly see. It's just a big indecision candle. And I don't know if this is going to hold here, right? I mean, huge volume. Very little disparity in price from where it gapped up at. It could be an exhaustive gap, man. I don't trust a gap like that, dude. No way. Not on that much volume. It's gonna fill probably. This thing has broken that crazy channel it was in too. But still somehow 3.18% and not down after hours. So let's see how this all plays out. Psycho run. Okay. Dude, it's crazy. Quarterly revenue reported for just YouTube for Google, $7 billion. And there was that time it was bought by Google for $1.5 billion. Look what they've done with their investment. Unbelievable. I just can't believe how much money they're making on YouTube. I guess I can. Ads everywhere, right? If you don't have the monthly subscription service or whatever. And then you have like the worst gainer on the S&P 500 today, which was Starbucks that had earnings and it didn't go well. And so it's still fine, right? Oh, is that abandoned baby stuff? Or island top reversal stuff? Yeah, let's see what happens. You know, I mean, just it gapped down, and that's a small gap that could fill, you know, easy gap fill. So still like near its all-time highs. It only gave back like the past few days. So it's really like, oh no, it's the worst gainer on the S&P, but it's still like at all-time highs pretty much, you know, so, okay. I mean, we could just keep doing this. McDonald's, Mondelez, those two reported earnings yesterday as well. Those were a couple big losers today. But anyway. Oh, one thing we got to look at, very notable, is AMD that also reported earnings yesterday. Killed it today. Had its, guess what, chat? Guess what happened today? Literal history. AMD's highest daily candle close of all time. Let's go, dude. Very, very nice. Up 7.58% to close the day, and at a major inflection point, at a breakout point, top of the range. This is definitely I would think a confirmed partial decline, huge percentage chance of a breakout here. And it all started with the stock buybacks announced by Lisa Su when they were about to fall off a cliff. Man, perfect strategy. Perfect timing. You had to have it right there. Otherwise, straight up, could be straight down. Nice one. And there was hidden bullish divergence on the higher low, bouncing up the 200-day moving average as support, which is also spectacular, man. I mean, you've been struggling with that 200 moving average for a while, so you're above it. Look at the last time you bounced off the 200-day moving average, March 17th. That's how the TA gets so well respected when you bounce off that 200 moving average so well. God, did it again, man. This thing going to $100, most likely. All right, I guess we can get to some requests today. I just was going, look, man, like, you realize, like, I have, like, 3 requests, right? So not much time goes by, you know, so it's like I'm looking at things, trying to make it a fluid stream. Like, so you just kind of get updated. Look, we looked at, what, cryptos, we looked at equities, you know, notable equities too, the index funds, gold and silver, right? You kind of getting a well-rounded look at the markets and what happened today. So before we did requests, right, I think that people would appreciate that. So don't be like freaking out on me or anything. And I even looked at XRP, which was a request, you know. So yeah, just well, I mean, I think there's some work to be done here on this asset. I don't think you're out of the woods. Don't think you're out of the woods. So what was requested? This asset was requested. It's BPro to Bitcoin, all right? That did exactly what many other assets did, right? They ran up and then they lost almost all their value, 78% plus their value. I mean, dude, it almost hit the bottom of the range. Wow, it pretty much kind of did, man, from that low from January. So it's kind of like Bitcoin in its own little way, right? Where Bitcoin has this range that was established back in February and January of this year. Well, BPro to Bitcoin has this range established from December 2019 all the way to September 2020, you know, and it fell out of it. But look what happened when it got back in it. It sprung and went straight to the top and sold off and back tested the spring a couple times and then went absolutely berserk on a straight line up breakout. And then it came back down and regarded and held it for a while, but not enough demand, and then it dumped and hit the bottom again. So it's near the top of a range, an inflection point, right? Where I don't think you can really be so like powerful on BPro until it breaks 2213 or so. You know, it's just kind of like that's historically where reversals have occurred. You bounced off it as support, you bounced off it as resistance. So that's the zone on BPro to Bitcoin. It is bullishly engulfing today. Very nice. It is up 28% today. So, okay, don't freak out, dude. You know, it's just buying an asset that's up 28% is just asking to lose a substantial amount of value in a very short period of time. Like the new day happens, it loses 15% before rallying or something again. Freak people up. All right, so there you go, man. That's BPro. I don't think you're a king until you break 2213, but if you break 2213, that's where some fireworks can happen. You could go to all-time highs. I mean, you go, just going where candle high closes were on the daily, right? You can clearly see inflection points. Look, March 29th, April 22nd, May 2nd, May 12th. Obviously, that's a level, right? Straight down, straight up, down, up, down. And then above that, just go with the 49.90 sats or whatever. So that's it, man. That's your BPro or request. Someone requested it and was freaking out about it. So there you go. You get it? You understand where we're at on B Pro? Everyone? All right. Accidentally made 2 cups of coffee in one, so it's like insane, dude. Bitcoin flirting with 40K, unable to really do much above it, and showing a little bit of exhaustion on the 4 hour. So if the 4 hour TA was respected, we could see a pullback here. But at the same time, if you look at the daily and the weekly, it's just like you just weekly bullishly engulfed. So I would not, you can't be surprised if Bitcoin pulls back here on an attempted rally at a major inflection point that goes back to the beginning of the year while showing bearish divergence on the 4 hours oscillators. All right, so how much of a pullback? Good question. This is where it could possibly go just right back to that little demand line. It might be that mild. You know, could see the support that it hasn't tested since July 25th. It could come down to 37.7, or it could be a lot more severe, where, I mean, you hit the top of ranges, what you've done before, eventually you've hit the bottom. So always a possibility there. But we just know for a fact this is clearly where the asset has reversed a multitude of times historically. Multitude. So it could just happen again. Not that crazy. Dude, it's freaking Beth, man! Holy crap, let's go. Jeez, Ethereum.
Map 6
I know, that's surprising.
$30.31. What no etc. donation. Bruh, could you look at Tezos and the uranium stocks? Thanks, whale. 0.100000000 ETH.
Thank you for the 10% of 1 Ethereum MEF, the Ethereum Classic whale, but well, this is what happens, man. He'll do that because he knows, he's like, no, this is not the time to be offloading my Ethereum Classic, the superior Ethereum. This is the time to be offloading the inferior Ethereum, which is Ethereum. So thank you, dude. Thank you. Much love. Yeah, we'll look at uranium. Look at Tezos. Hold on, let's see. We got another request. I think that was... No, we'll look at BB for Nick. And then we'll go right to it. All right, thank you, dude. Holy crap. Man, $238 contribution. Michael Parker, you out there? You sweating yet? You a little nervous? Penthouse Jesus, man? All right, let's see here. Yeah, BlackBerry. That's what I thought, man. That's all the B's. Those B ones just kind of confuse me sometimes. It's like BlackBerry, and then you got Bed Bath & Beyond, and then you have Best Buy. Those three, sometimes I get a little confused. So BlackBerry, not been doing too hot lately, huh? I mean, you know, just I guess depends on how far you zoom out. But the asset has really been range bound between $6.18 and $18, and it has been unable a multitude of times to break $18. But interestingly, it is still making higher lows than the previous lows. It's very close to that 200-day moving average again. Up 8.68% today, bullishly engulfed the previous candle. That's a deep retrace too. You didn't have to be a harmonic, but you get the principle of value, low to high, between a 786 and 886. Okay, reversals can happen there. What's happening at that deep value area? Hidden bullish divergence on the daily, undeniably. I mean, you're about to go positive. You haven't seen positive momentum on BlackBerry on the daily since June 15th. So it's getting there, man. We're getting closer and closer. I guess you could say the same thing with the RSI. Also hidden bullish divergence and pending price action continuation implied. But, you know, there is a supply line, I think, that goes back, you know, from February 2013 and January 2018 that you have regarded as resistance recently, March of this year. You could test it again, but nevertheless, I mean, the trend since the COVID crash has gone bullish, right? All you're doing is making higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Actually, not higher highs as last time, so keep that in mind. But you're still making higher lows. You are showing somewhat of an edge on a daily time scale that implies a continuation in the upside to at least to probably go. Maybe, I mean, at least test the supply line, right? At least do that. But if it broke the supply line, you could just think about where would it probably be headed, high to low, to make a common retrace. A common retrace with Fibonacci from previous high to low would be between 1366 and 1616. That's where it could be headed if it's gonna engulf. If the engulfing's gonna manifest into an actual reversal or continuation here, that's probably where you'd be looking. 1366 to 1616 on BlackBerry. Nick, thank you, dude, for 20. That's so, dude. All right, that's what you got going. Continuation of the T is respected, implied. To at least go back test, almost $12, but it's on it. It has to break it. There has to be enough demand to break that supply line again. Okay, Bitcoin. What's going on? In the midst of bearishly engulfing right now in the 4 hour, with only 1 hour and 10 minutes to go. The sell-off, the volatility is getting whack, man. I mean, it is. Hundreds of dollars of swings. In seconds sometimes. This thing is unable to break 40,667. Remember the daily candle high close from January 8th. It ran up during the Fed minutes, the Fed meeting, and was unable to break it, confirming that it's still resistance. And before that was a bearish engulfing candle, and you could definitely consider that a tweezer top reversal. Tweezer top, Japanese candlestick reversal, okay, man? So TA, and then you have the tweezer top reversal at the major inflection point with the bearish divergence. If TA is respected, it sells off next. It doesn't mean it has to be severe. It doesn't even have to make a lower low than the previous discernible low on the 4 hour. It just means that the next thing that happens is down. And it doesn't have to be bad. It could be real bad, but it also might not be bad. Okay. Wrong white. Oh, sorry, on BlackBerry. My bad, dude. It's pre-penthouse trend line. Yep. Of course it is. Sorry, dude. I'm just talking about this supply line right here. There's also another one. That's annoying, dude. Just keep forgetting. That's something I gotta get used to. That's the supply line that goes back to friggin' 2013, dude, on BlackBerry. You're below it, and it looks like you might be ready to go test it again, if anything. BlackBerry, okay. 1 hour, 8 minutes till you're close on Bitcoin and crypto. Handful of ups, handful of downs. It's very mixed today. Okay.
BTC 10 consecutive daily green candles, February 3rd to 12th.
Jesus, dude.
A third candle scuffed opening and closing lower than second candle. So longest streak with consecutively higher opens and closes was 9 candles from September 11th to 19th, 2012.
Very nice, Zopharus. Thanks for the threes, but thanks for the really good info. You hear that? Where the last time Bitcoin had 10 consecutive daily green candles was February 3rd to the 12th, 2013. The longest streak with consecutively higher opens and closes was 9 candles from September 11th through the 19th of 2012. You have to go way back. Bitcoin was very immature as an asset, very young, way less money, way less of a market cap. So, and there, you're in jeopardy right now of maybe not even seeing 8 candle closes in a row that are higher than the previous, because you can see that's, you're very close now. You're flirting with not doing it, right? You got an hour, 7 minutes. There's plenty of time for Bitcoin to not close above the previous candle, like 39,460 or something. $300. That's like nothing, dude. It could easily go red, which I don't have a problem with. I don't really care about this. Like, what does it matter? Like, if anything, it just increases the probability that the next candle will be red, right? Just based on historical occurrences of this phenomena of just consecutive higher candles, this many. So I just make it go red today. Let it be an indecision candle. Then so tomorrow it can be engulfed. All right. Yeah, give me the higher low, dude. Give me a confirmed higher low. Just as discernible as the previous lower high that we saw in late June. Give me a discernible higher low on the daily in this range, and I'll feel a lot more confident, man. And be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. I pinned the link above, but it's all, I'd also just posted it too. Okay. Whoa, what's going on? What the? Okay, okay. Sorry, dude. Things happening. All right, where were we? Did we? Oh, we gotta look at. We got a couple requests. Sorry, Meth's contribution kind of derailed me. It freaked me out a little bit. All right, let's go to 280 traffic guy next. That I mean, it's all about the levels, dude. On this one and a multitude of other ones, it's all about the levels. It's not about what's happening today, what's happening yesterday. It's all about this. It's all about 131 to 135 on KNC. That's all it's about, dude. Above that, I love it. Below that, I don't really like it. It's that simple. It's all about the data, dude. So it's like, let me show you really what it is. Oh, sorry, just alerts. It's the harmonic pattern, but it's also like, I have more candles here. I can see what the price action's doing to this critical level all the way back from November of 2020. It even goes all the way back to 2018. 2018, dude, that zone, July 4th, 2018. It even right here from March of 2018 was regarded. So it's just a level where you can see historically down, up, right? For the most part. Down, up, down, right? Up, down, up. I mean, it's just like, so the fact that it's above the level that we know historically it normally goes up to 186 or higher, if it's above it and it's literally back testing it a multitude of times as support, I mean, yeah, it could easily fail. Yeah, Bitcoin dumps here, bad, it's gonna fail. It's gonna break below that critical level, and then I'll call me again when it gets back above it. But for now, it's regarding it as support, confirming it, and it's where one would place their bets. You know, they would take chances at these levels. That's it, dude. I mean, you reacted, certainly reacted July 20th at the pattern completion zone, but you never got a reversal low. You never got a confirmation low. Sometimes what I'm learning is sometimes these assets give you different technical indicators, different reversal lows that are much higher. Like March of this year, March 5th or whatever, the tornadoes, dude. It was the day of the tornadoes. Like YFI reacted and then it back tested. It did almost the identical thing. Let me just show you real quick. This is making me think about YFI back in March. Let me just go with my brain while it's still thinking about it. YFI. That's YFI. Where's YFI? Good. I was on a roll. We were on. Look at this, dude. Let me take you back. Let me take you on back to a time of tornadoes, March 25th. So you reacted at the pattern completion zone.
What's up, Mitch? Thanks for everything you do. Would you take a look at WPRT?
We'll do it anonymous. Thank you for 22. Yes, we'll add to the list. So we go back to YFI, March 25th, reacted. And what did it do? It got above a major inflection point, an ice line, just like KNC's doing now. Major ice line from history, goes all the way back to friggin' September. Okay, major. It's like almost the same pictures I just showed you on KNC. Okay, it sprung and back tested the spring not once but twice. That was it, dude. And look where it went. It went to $95,000 eventually from that low. Yes, $95,000. It was sitting at $31,000 when that spring back test of spring was identified. So you go to KNC and it doesn't mean that it's a certainty that this is going to play out. This is just what assets do. This is what they do before they go nuts. And sometimes it doesn't matter because Bitcoin dumps and it was showing bearish divergence, just bad timing. It sells off. Maybe it only makes a higher low than 114 and reverses again. But what we do know is even if it stops out and all that, that's the level we're looking at. 131 to 135, because that's where major markups happen once it truly for real breaks it. It could not be for real. It could just be a fake. It could just not have enough demand and then just dumps. It's never been about certainties, okay? It's just, this is a way better way of strategizing longs than just flipping a coin, dude. You know that. Are we cool? Education, a little in there, right? All right, let's see what happens on the spring back test of spring of a harmonic, just like YFI. It's a very similar situation. All right. Next one. That was for 280 traffic. Good guy. Thank you. Next one was for not in Puerto Rico. Not in Puerto Rico. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. Check my notes. Here it is, down almost 5% today. Hanging in there. On the 4 hour, hanging in there, man. I mean, if anything, dude, without the scam wick, like this is not something to take action on or anything, but if you don't have the scam wick, look what is painted. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh my God, it's some sort of bat pattern. It's like literally a bat pattern, right? Reacting off a bat pattern if you exempt the scam wick low and just go with the next low. What? It's a friggin' Batman. It could be arbitrary. So, has rallied. It has technically now, after all this distribution, this asset has finally on the 4 hour made a higher low than the previous low. Clearly, I'm showing you from the candle low close at 11.4 cents, July 20th, you have confirmed made a higher low today at 11.7 cents. So yes, there is the distribution going on, but now you could say just a little bit of accumulation is being represented on the chart right now, just a little bit. So it's good start. We need now, if you're a hexagon or whatever, you really want to see, I think, 14.7 cents blasted through. I'll start feeling a lot more confident about a hex when it starts running again. It can break that 14.5 to 15 cent area, the previous discernible local highs. Give me that, man. And now you're trying to make like a local higher low than the previous low before. It's actually starting to shape up a little bit better. So it's a little bit better today than it was yesterday because you didn't even have a valley created yet. So dude, yeah, I mean, I don't understand what I can do. There's a fake Mitch Ray on Instagram, and he is like, I don't know, since like Saturday maybe since like last week sometime, he has gone nuts, like trying to get to scam you. He's working overtime, man, trying to scam y'all. So please, if there's an underscore in any of my handles, it's a scammer trying to get you. Look, dude, it's like, why do you think this is right here? So you can see clear as day that these are my handles at Mitch Ray TA. That's it. There's no underscores. No one at Mitch Ray TA. That's it. I just have to say it a billion times because people message me literally every single day now. Every day. And it's just like, you follow me on Instagram, you clearly don't watch the streams and you're not part of the Discord. You just follow me on Instagram, dude. How'd you even find me if you don't even watch my streams and you're not on Discord? You should know. You shouldn't have to reach out and let me know. We can't get him banned on Instagram. He's just there and he'll be there, okay? I thought there were only 7.
Hey Mitch, appreciate all you do. There were also 8 green daily candles December 12th to 19th last year, starting the run up to 80 eaches. Just said, smiley face.
Oh my God, there were 8. Holy crap. There were 8. I must have miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there were 8 back then too. Okay. And then it's such a different context than we're at now. This is what we need to see on the daily. We need to see something like this again. All right. We just had that, but it was way more violent. And we need to see just higher lows established, accumulation, and then higher highs eventually. All right, we haven't seen any of that. We gotta get some of this action going, man. And that's just not enough, dude. A straight line up after you made your lowest candle close since the beginning of the year, like 8 months. You know, the rejection's awesome. You know, that engulfing candle, very strong, and a nice rally. But dude, we want to see accumulation locally. That's the ticket, man, to gaining a lot of confidence. And a lot of market participants will gain confidence with a lot of money when they start seeing higher highs, higher lows on a daily time scale, which we don't have yet. All right. So to say, like, it's almost like a bearish, like, Bartley pattern right here, almost 100% retrace. I mean, like, at these levels with the bearish divergence, you could just see, like, you know, even bullish scenario. Like, you just see a pullback because, right, from the previous high to low, it's like 88 to 90%. You make a minor pullback, and then you go again, and then you test it one more time, and that's when the breakout occurs. So that's what you're hoping for. Okay, maybe some sort of daily back test for June 29th or something like that. This is where you might catch a reaction. I don't know how it would be like inverse capitulation if you didn't react here. You're already reacting here. 2 of the past 3 days, you've caught a reaction, including today. So, but I'm saying, like, maybe where, yep, you don't make a green candle, you just show indecision, or you sell off a little bit. It's just not going to be, like, easy, man, you know?
Hey Mitch, I hope you are doing well.
So,
do you
hero.
mind taking a look at Kona/USDT on the OKEX exchange, please? I am in deep need of your thoughts. Is there
Deep
any value
need,
here?
profound need of my thoughts. Is there any value on Kona? I wish you would have said Kona, because that's literally the coffee I'm drinking right now. Irwin Coffee Kona, Kona to the USDT Kappa. But let's see. Was there even another? Oh yeah, let's look at. Did I look at Tezos yet? No. Let me look at Tezos for our boy Meth the Whale, the Ethereum Classic Whale. He might be turning into Ethereum Whale, just a normal one. So nothing on the daily really sticks out to me as great on Tezos. I mean, like, you know, just think about it. It's great that it had diverge. It didn't even diverge. It ended up making bearish convergence on the lower low. It did bullishly engulf back above a critical inflection point. Very real. It's very important to get back above it, but it rallied like Bitcoin, and has it done anything on the daily besides only make a shooting star reversal and make a lower high than the previous high from June 30th? That is the only thing it's done. So the most two recent discernible events that have occurred on Tezos right now is the lowest low of the entire sell-off, and now a bearish Japanese candlestick reversal, and it ends up being a lower high than the previous high. Lower highs, lower lows. Still the trend on Tezos, unfortunately, right? Not all cryptos right now are being created equal. Some are making local higher lows, forms of accumulation. So some assets look better than Tezos. Not all of them. A lot of them look similar, and it's the same situation. Even Litecoin. Oh, someone said it's doing something today. Litecoin has only made a lower low, and it has not made a higher high yet. You gotta wait, man. You want to see higher highs, higher lows, because you're going against the trend in the short term anyway. But I'm sure, great double bottom, man. I'm glad to see it rallied, you know, but it's rallied to only make a lower high. So I just can't be like, yay for Tezos. This is the daily, man. I don't even need to get the 4 hour if this is what the daily's telling me, right? Okay, now let's go to uranium, URA. I mean, this is just the, you know, uranium, I haven't been here in a while, but dang, dude, this is beautiful what it's doing, okay? So there's like this inflection point on uranium. Anything above 1936 could be exceptional. I mean, dang, man. Like, that's that peak from February 2017. It's now back up at like this January 2015 low, March 2015 low level. I think if it holds above this 1936 $20 area long enough, it'll go back up to $22, but could eventually see 24 again. This thing obviously has massively reversed its trend. Okay, massively reversed. But talking about edges, I mean, you know, what in a bullish engulfing candle today, up 4.39%, beautiful. First level of positive momentum uranium has seen since June 11th. Okay, we might have ourselves a short-term reversal on our hand. I say our hands multiple times. Too many hands, dude. Supply line certainly being broken. Look at that. Nice, nice supply line right there. Big statement candle today. So you think 2220 would probably be the target, you know. So we go the 4 hour. I mean, what's the 4 hour giving us anything too? That's great. That's really good. No, there wasn't really even much of an edge. You were just vastly oversold, but you got above 1936. And you just kind of gapped up today. So if, all right, we have no confirmation the bottom's in, right? We don't have any double bottom or anything like that. Maybe a back test of a spring from, you know, 2015 or whatever. High point to low point. Common retrace. This is already getting close to a 38% retrace. So it's already near that golden zone where, you know, it wouldn't be weird if it reversed, right? Between $20.49 and $21.77, that's your common retrace zone, okay, below the 200 moving average. So, man, I guess there was kind of like a shark here too, right? A little bit of a shark action. Weird context, but that's what you got going for URA. It's above, anything above 1936 is really good. Could always run to 22.20 or $24. That's an inflection point, a major one from history. So you're above it, and you had a really strong daily bullish engulfing candle today to break you above a supply line you've been confined in since the correction began in June 11th, and your first daily positive momentum histogram wick again since June 11th, right? So there it is. There wasn't really an edge there. There was no edge on this asset when it's done all this. So, okay, Meth. I don't know if that helps, but thank you, man, again for the $230.31 of Ethereum, my man. Okay. So that was Tezos and uranium. Next one is for Anonymous. What a see, ones like this, composite operator's already played his game, right? He's already played his game. The game was accumulate your position at low levels, back tests of supports from April, COVID crash, March 2017, you hit it, dang man, low risk area. Now it's like you're trying to hold the top of the range. But like correction, you're correcting.
Hey Mitch, made a good buck of anchor. Sold 75%. Where would be an ideal entry to buy support?
Samir, remember, it's never about just buying at supports. That's what scalpers do. But if you're looking for like more established, you know, time and owning an asset, you know, you want to be looking for an asset that's showing like seller exhaustion at those supports. And so, like for instance, WPRT, it had the run, like it ran up to $13+. I mean, like from the bottom to the buying climax, 1,500% appreciation in value in less than 300 days. Okay, buying climax, and now correction. Corrections can last for months, but yeah, you are at an inflection point where like if you don't hold this, you're probably going down to 330, and then after 330, you know, 81 cents to 129 again. So. And look at this. I mean, even as it fell below 642, a high back from February 2015, it rallied to regard what was once resistance as resistance again before dumping to lower prices. And now it's sitting here, and there's no real edge on the RSI. The MACD, it's kind of choppy. It's kind of hard to discern because like which low, you know, it's making higher levels of negative momentum now. Earnings is coming up August 5th, so next week. Yeah, I mean, you're at a level where it could reverse or it could just get wrecked. And it's already violated it and fallen below it a little bit because sellers have not been able to really push it down to truly break it with confirmation yet. So this could be a level at $4 where if it holds, it could go back up to 642. But again, don't we look like confirmation lows, not just one low, but a second low? And don't, you know, again, after buying climax, it's kind of just like correcting, man. It could go down, right? And, you know, it's only retraced the low to high. It hadn't even retraced 78% yet. 78% lines up with that August 2019 level. So, I mean, and then the 88% retraced 208, 205. So, I mean, there could be better perceived value areas.
Anonymous tipped $21. Hi, Mitch, please can you take a look at Arrow?
Yeah, I looked at it
Thank
today.
you.
It's actually showing a bullish Gartley, a little mini bullish Gartley, and it's like perfect inside of PCZ. Thank you, Anonymous, for 21. Yes, we will take a look. Okay. So, right, I mean, it's like, yeah, you're definitely at a support. Definitely at a support. And you're trying to hold. And this is exactly where a reaction could occur at an inflection point. But it doesn't mean it's going to resoundingly reverse and run up a lot where you can make a ton of money. It may just rally and just make a lower high and then dump again. And then maybe on the second low at this level, there's real, true, discernible divergence there, right? Or maybe it's a higher low convergence, right? Where it's like springing back, testing a spring, holding above 434, the top of the range, right? Really well. It's just none of that's yet. So yeah, you're on the right track, but there's just more that I would like to see at this level. Remember, Tilray was doing the same thing. Tilray's like, oh, it's holding, it's holding. It did not have a confirmation. It just dumped. Tilray, different story. Look what it's done now. Like it's up like 30% today. It's stupid. Anyway, there's your WRPT. All right, let's look at the next one. Is there more data on the other one? There is kind of more data on KuCoin than there is on OKX, so I'd prefer to look at the one maybe with more data, this S coin. And pretty simple chart, you know. Just recently made its lowest level of all time, but it's recently made a higher high, right? I mean, it went crazy. It's up 16.15% today. Yes, in the midst of bullishly engulfing, but unfortunately, it's in the middle of a range. It's kind of the upper echelon of a range, trading range. It looks more clear probably in the 4 hour. Hold on, dang man. So you can see the range, right? Clear as day, range.
QNT on Bitrex, please. How would you pull fibs on a weekly chart? I think it's touching the 1.618 right now. Thank you, Sir King.
What's up, Adam Taylor, man? Thanks for 22. We'll look at it, man. So, what a rally. Unreal. I mean, look at what happens when assets can get back above critical levels, ice lines, right, of ranges. I mean, it can go straight back up to the top. It exceeded it, pulled back. The 4 hour, hidden bullish divergence developing. So, impending price action continuation implied, and it's actually happening. It could run back up easy to 50 cents from here. It's up 16%, and it could still easily go test 50 cents again, all right? So, if it ever breaks that, man, all right, it's like, you do have to worry about that swing low back from June 10th, but as you can see the price action, above 50 cents, you could run up to 80 cents before like the really strong resistance is, okay? I don't know, man. It's like you can't ignore it because look, you see the low here from June 10th and also the high here from June 19th. And that's literally where it did reverse kind of here too, that one wick. So it's like that, you know, 50 cents, you break at 58.9 cents. You break 58.9 cents, that's where the big markup straight down, up, down. Could go straight up again. So above 58.9 cents, you can go to 60 cents on Kono. So being up 16% on the day and not being at the bottom of a range, it's not as easy strategizing your risk, right? You always want to buy maybe into red days. You don't want to buy when an asset's up already 16%, you know, like on the day. But like maybe anything above 36 cents could be safe, you know. You always want to be trying to take your shots at the bottom of ranges, you know, range-bound trading and taking profit at 50 cents. Like taking longs at 27 cents, taking profit at 50 cents. And say, oh, you missed out on so much. What? You only pretty much doubled your money from the bottom of the range to the top. Unbelievable. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. How will I live with these pathetic gains of doubling up in days, you know? Okay. So Hero, there you go, dude. Thanks for the nearly $30 sub chat. Kona, not Kona. Let's look for Samir and what he wants to see, man. Excuse me? Yes, this asset did things. Truly did things, man. Where, remember, like we're looking at, we just looked at Tezos. Now we're looking at Anchor. And Tezos made its lowest low and its lowest high. Both of them going on right now. This one, it technically made a higher low than the previous low. There was bullish divergence there too. Higher low, it's the same candle close low, but look in the wick, a higher wick low. What I'm saying, divergence, convergence there. Really nice run. Anything above 76.9 cents is good. I don't know, man. Let's see. It's like that. This candle being pinpoint here. Candle high close back from June 25th. I think anything above that's really, really good. What you do is kind of have like a zone there locally. It's trying to be above the 200-day moving average. It broke it yesterday. It's trying to hold it. I mean, the upside could be tremendous still. If it truly gets above this little level here, then you're talking, it could very well see, even at like a modest point, go to 11.49 cents, man. Like the upside on this is still really high on the daily. It could still go up 37%, no problem. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like Bitcoin where it's at an inflection point, the top of an inflection point, like at the top. Daily looks good. Positive momentum's building. Positive momentum's at its highest level since April, beginning of April. RSI is in the bullish control zone now. It's at 64. Very nice. That's not overbought, but in bullish territory. So, I mean, like, yeah, a minor pullback. You know, you just kind of want to stay in this, you want to stay above this zone here on Anchor. But looks better than a lot of other ones we've seen, you know, even on this stream today. So it's not bad, really, man. It's kind of good-ish. And if it's above 8.3 cents, it could run straight up to 11.4 cents. 11.5 cents. All right, there you go, dude. It's all about the zones. It's all about the levels, man. And it's above a critical level or trying to really get above it. And the price action could be just as violent and insane as it's been in history, where it's straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. All right, could go straight up again, no problem. Yep. 4 hour, there is certainly, I mean, kind of looks like Bitcoin, but the divergence doesn't really seem as like solidified. It doesn't really look as good on the 4 hour here. So it's kind of a weaker argument for bearish divergence. Same histogram island, unlike Bitcoin. Yeah, at least look at it. Like where it is exactly where reversals occur, but this is exactly where if a breakout's going to happen, it would occur. So you just had a pullback here, just like Bitcoin did. So it's just all about the ifs, man. Can it break and hold the June 23rd high? If it does, high probability of a lot of upside, like 30+% upside. It's so close, man. Okay, probably depends on Bitcoin's performance in the coming week or two. All right, Anchor. Thank you, Samia. All right, next one. Saw this one today in a scanning session. It was the space bar, dude. My space bar been going nuts. Look at this, dude. Yes, we like how it looks. The composite operator may be like accumulating his position and stuff, but dude, what I really like, and I wish it would get back above $5, but just look at this. Pretty literally perfect. This is a textbook Gartley, and it's reacting, potentially reversing here on the 4 hour anyway. I identified this structure. I don't even think I pinged patrons. I just looked at it and I'm like, this is really pretty. But we had been looking at this one, and it was just kind of like a low from June of 2020, a higher low October 2020, and now a higher low May 17th, and now you've got a Gartley going on, like, you know. It was like, it's like cipher, you know, 786, right? It's like a cipher pattern, and at the PCZ of the cipher, you've got a bullish Gartley going on now. So it's just, to me, like, that's really pretty. It's up 4.75% today too. So you just don't ignore Gartleys that look like this. That's your AYRO. I mean, if it runs up and you're going to target for just this Gartley, you're talking about 523 and 595 upside. You know, those are the targets, top of the structure. So I don't know what people are freaking out about Bitcoin, dude. Y'all are like, it just blasted through 40K, and now it's back below 40K. Welcome to volatility being back a little bit on it. You shouldn't really care about Bitcoin making moves until it truly breaks 40,667, and then after that, you still have to deal with like 42,000, which is that wick high from January 8th. Sorry, dude, hold on. Samir, I'm glad you learned stuff, dude. That's awesome. That's what it's about, man. I mean, like, you know, we come here and play the drinking game and stuff, but, you know, the wheel spin game occasionally, and we goof around and all that. But in the end, man, like, the main reason for my existence is just to help you along your trading journey, even if it's only a little bit, right? You got your own ways of doing things, but, you know, there are just certain things that exist on charts that help us understand what the psychology of buyers and sellers are doing, man. So, all right, that was okay, one more from Adam, another request. Been live 1 hour, 21 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. I haven't even said that today, so it's whatever, dude. Oh, this is an anomaly. This is incredible, dude. I mean, this asset is pulling a hex, man. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, unstoppable. Even right here, I can identify some sort of harmonic, right? Dude, that's probably a textbook bullish Gartley, right? Just looking at it on the daily. Well, let's see. Let's just see if it was a Gartley in the end. I don't know. Oh my God, dude, look how perfect this Gartley. I don't know. I don't look at QNT. All I did was just look at the daily on it. It's like, holy crap, that's a Gartley. Yep, and it's almost perfect, dude. Golden pocket, dude. Look at that. And from there, reacted and went bonkers, and now it's hit like the top of the Gartley, right? The top of the harmonic, which makes sense. Okay, so it's like, dang, man. So just higher highs, higher lows, and hitting its all-time highs. And if it breaks this, if you're gonna use Fibonacci, I would just take it from the previous high to the low. You already hit the 1272. That's probably where you're going again. 108, 114, and the 1.618 fib extension's 122. If this market ever did what it used to do back in insanity times, like when the run was really going, 164, 2618, you know, but we're not in those times yet. You know, we don't have that crazy run going. The momentum is just not there yet. How can it be when Bitcoin's most discernible event on the chart is the most recent event was the lowest low we've seen of the entire correction? That's it, dude. That's your QNT, which is an extremely exceptional uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, and off of Gartley went nuts to all-time highs, and it's now just butting up against major resistance from June 25th. And if it breaks it, it's just going to go right back up to its fib extensions again, because there's nothing else looking left. It's all price discovery above the level it's trying to break. $100 psychological resistance is also important. That's also what it's trying to break, and it can't break that either. That's not going to be easy, but if it does, could just go straight up again. Bueller. All right, that was the last request. So, not much going on right now besides Bitcoin just going pretty nuts locally. You know, just hundreds of dollars of swings in seconds, and still like just at the major inflection point and showing on the 4 hour a little bit of buyer exhaustion. So it doesn't mean it's gonna play out 100%. It just means that, like, based on history, man, like we've seen assets that'll hit inflection points, they'll show the buyers are a little exhausted and you'll pull back some. Doesn't mean it's going to zero, doesn't even mean it's going to the bottom of the range again. It just means a pullback could occur. One high and then the sell-up, then the attempted rally. And that's how we get divergence, right? So, I mean, again, though, like if wow, dude, that was the bottom and institutions bought in, whoever it was Amazon, dude, like maybe it's never, you know, there's just too much demand and it's not going to, look, I mean, it's just like there's too much acceleration of accumulation. Look, man, another freaking trend line right there. Like it tried to sell off, and if things in a normal world were to occur July 27th, it would have gone all the way down to 35.6, but it couldn't get it because too much demand. And now there's this other demand line that's steeper and it's still above that. So I'm just saying, like, you know, anything's possible, dude, but you understand where it's like, these aren't really like reasonable areas to take a fresh long, right? Fresh, right out of the ocean, hot off the presses, right? Just because historically, this is exactly where the asset has reversed a multitude of times. It could do it again. And even if it does it again this time, it only does it a little bit. It could pivot and then rally again. But it actually already did that locally. It hit it, pivoted, and ran again, and it's just sitting there. But this time we have divergence, so, you know, man. Again, it's all about probabilities. This divergence does not necessarily mean for certain that we will reverse here, but you get historically how it's happened, okay? That's it. That's it, dude. Nah, dude, we're at like half moon right now. We were at like 60% waning moon last night. Okay, so I don't know if we'll be sticking around for another 30 minutes for the close. I mean, you know, these streams are kind of dictated by you. Right, y'all kind of make the streams in a lot of ways. Well, it kind of evolved into that. But just going back, man, to one I really like in crypto, Monero. It's just as strong as Bitcoin right now. This was it, dude. This was like a trade setup. I mean, it just, if it fails, it fails, man. But I'm telling you, dude, the context of where the harmonic was created, the fact that the asset couldn't hit really much lower than the 786, one time, a second time, and then the 1414 confluence, that was after a deep retrace, and it's in an uptrend if you look left. It's just, this is where the major markups begin. C and A can get hit, but really it could usher in the beginning of a major reversal that goes all the way up to deep retraces. Like Monero could see 420 again, and we're just talking about something, some wave like this, XA, B, and then it's like C, and then it's like D, where you hit 786s, 886s. This could usher in a completely new major wave. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about on this harmonic that is extremely visible on the daily and 4 hour. It was great, man. Monero is just one of them that just looked different than others. It was triple MACD bullish divergence in the end, and in the end, it also like class C bullish divergence on the RSI. So it's just doing the same thing Bitcoin's doing. It's really high beta, I guess you could say, to Bitcoin. And really, I mean, Monero, what a great use case. Purest, strongest privacy coin that exists on the planet, so much that like the CIA is willing to pay someone $600,000 just to crack the code. That's like, yep, that's your use case. This is the truest crypto that exists because of the pure privacy. Okay, it's privacy and security. And there are ones like it, but this is probably the best, man, for that. It's like the NVIDIA of privacy coins, okay? Yeah, I mean, dude, if it's a pure privacy coin, you realize how much tax evasion could occur. It's not compliant. It's not ever going to be compliant with any government, ever, dude.
Best in the business.
Is that a joint?
Evil Twin, thanks to 420, dude. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about Monero? Probably, yeah. I think you did. Or Monero thanks you for the kind words. Yeah, I mean, like, it's pure privacy coin. You can't do taxes on it. It's like defeats the whole purpose of being transparent about your Monero transactions, right? It's like, excuse me. We have a good stream, man. I think it's been a really good stream, education-rich stream today, right? We've been able to look at spring back tests of springs and harmonics that are so strong that they're not even able to make true reversal lows, but they have different forms of reversals, technical indicators, where they spring marginally. Well, they react off of their pattern completion zones, right? But then they rally and they spring above major inflection points from history, and then they back test them as support, and that is your true reversal signature, right? YFI, KNC, that little segment. So I don't know, I'm still, I love KNC above that level. That's it. I don't love it below the level, but I love it above it. And it's always been about the zones and the levels, man.
Noise!
Can you have a quick look at Perp USD? Bulls on pre.
So Maurice, thanks for the 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at PERT to the US dollar. I only looked at the one that went to 48K, but not this one. Which one? Which exchange, dude? There's multiple ones. I guess Binance, because Binance, yeah. I mean, this is range bound. Extremely range bound asset. And if it breaks out, it could go nuts. Holy crap.
Not quite
very
sure
close.
how to pose my curiosity, but we'll try. Are there charts or metrics that measure the volume, weight, or effect of long/shorts on an asset? Use StateX hash of shorts being lit, where found.
State number of shorts being liquidated. There's aggr.trade that'll show you the amount of shorts and longs liquidated on single exchanges at the time. But the measure of volume, weight, or effect of long shorts on an asset, again, like any chart that you see that is showing shorts and longs on Bitcoin or something, it's only one exchange. It's not all of them. So it's, and you know, the closest thing you can get to that is like aggr.trade that shows you like all the moves happening on all the major exchanges. But then even with that, it doesn't account for OTC trading, and it doesn't account for all the exchanges, just the bigger ones. So it's not getting everything. So it's this is the that you just type that in on your URL aggr.trade, and that's where you get it. Okay, that's it, man. So with perp US dollar, I'm not even sure what this is exactly. Perp US dollar, it's at $10.81 at a major inflection point from April 2nd of this year. As you can see, what's happened when you break it, I don't know, I mean, like, it just goes up to random different spots, because that, if it ever truly broke out, man, I mean, you'd think that it could just do what Hex did, remember, and go all the way up to 1883. Someone tell me, you know, exactly what's going on, what this thing is. I'm just looking at a chart, dude. I like the higher low that happened. I like how it failed to spring the back test the spring. It was so strong, so much demand on this asset, it could never test 566. It only went to 603. So that's strong too. Okay. So you break it. I mean, you think that at least like probably 1473 will go there. It's a decentralized exchange on Ethereum. Is that what it is? Okay. Gotcha, man. All right, that's it, dude. So yeah, on the cusp of an exceptional major breakout where it could see much higher levels if it can break it. Historically, it's never been able to break it for very long. So if it ever caught a real, true breakout, it could go to almost, it could double up, almost double up from here. Yep. That's it, dude. Okay. 21 minutes, 55 seconds till your daily candle close. You're joining the live stream, like button, the billet sub. 1 hour, 34 minutes live. Bitcoin showing a little bit of buyer exhaustion at a major inflection point. Historically, the only thing that's ever happened at this level is it's broken it like the Jesus. and gone to all-time highs, or it's broken it and back tested as resistance and reversed to 30K. Resistance, reversed to 30K. What will it do this time, chat? Will it do the same thing it's done historically and majorly reverse like it's always done? Or will it break it and go insane again? That one time. That's all it takes, one time, right? Major inflection point, dude. Mysteries abound, dude. Mysteries abound on your favorite asset. Make or break areas connect. Exactly, dude. You know what's going on, man. Hey, thanks for the new subs on YouTube, man. We're out of it. We did it, dude. Did we skip any? Did we miss any? I think we're good now. Yep. No request missed. None. Oh man, I'm doing a look at Airbnb again, up 1.21% today. Let's see how this is it, man. You want to talk about an asset that's gonna reverse, this is where it reverses. Airbnb, okay? Its whole body, its whole lifespan is a harmonic, right? A major harmonic. But it's created another harmonic, and it's a really, if you look at the daily, it's just a double bottom, a potential double bottom at the pattern completion zone, at the reversal area. So strong it can't retest 121 to 125. So this is like where the asset could have a major rally, you know, and retrace from that previous major all-time high to the low. I mean, it could go up between 164 and 185. Just thinking about one that, like, you know, people have been wanting to see and care about. It's like, this is kind of like, you know, it's better than YFI. Remember that time? Because YFI just went straight up from its PCZ. It didn't even double bottom like this. So let's see if it gets common retraces from here on the second low, confirmation low. All right, you see it? Look at it, and it's on the second low where all the bullish divergence in the oscillators is. This is great, man. Love to see this thing play out. TA be respected where it runs up again, 164 to 185. Okay. Yep. All right, dude. Be aware of the bearish divergence. Thank you so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Seriously, y'all amazing. Best community out there. And I'll just be back. So until next time, respect the TA.
JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.